I am using my saved seeds from my tomato plants. It's the first time I've ever. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. Join us as we continue to expand our off-grid life here on our 10 acres in eastern Oklahoma. Hey y'all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. So it is March 8th and I've been doing some other stuff. And then I realized it's time to get seeds going. I wasn't really prepared for it yet. I mean, I did buy some seed starting mix yesterday at the store. I had to sit down. I had to look at what I had. I knew I had most everything I needed or wanted. Anyway, so I've got things situated. I'm actually running late on getting my jalapenos in the ground, or in the seed starting trays, not in the ground. It's still too cold for that. But better late than never, right? So let me show you what I've got going here, and we'll get started on getting these set up. I've got 5 seeds I'm going to work on. I've got cilantro. I've got my brandywine from my saved seeds from last year, my vine dried. We'll see how those work. I've got my heirloom peppers. I've got my black cherry vine dried, and I have my Cherokee purple vine dried. I've got potting soil mix. I'll stick in the bowl here in a minute and get it damp and fill up the trays and plant my seeds. I think most everyone, if you're watching any kind of homesteading channel, has planted something one point or another. I always have a garden. I'm hoping for a much better garden this year than I had last year. Last year's did not do well. I bought stuff yesterday to help with the porch. I'm on the porch. I bought stuff yesterday to help with the soil. I need to loosen it, and last year I think the soil was just too dense. So I've got that with some manure and some compost, and hopefully that will help a great deal this year. All right, so I put the seed starting mix in here. I guess maybe, I thought it was, since it was a seed starting mix, I figured I wouldn't have any large chunks in here, but I do. I didn't think about running it through any kind of sieve or anything like that to get rid of bigger chunks, because I don't really want anything large because it's seed starting mix and seeds are small. Now some of the big chunks just are clawed and I can just break them up. Some of them I can't break up and I'm tossing them. So first thing, now that I've got all the big chunks broken up or tossed out, I want to moisten the soil, the potting mix. So I don't want it too wet, I just want it moist. Need a little bit more water. I don't want it too wet. Don't want to be able to wring any moisture out of the mix. Just want it damp. And this looks about perfect. Next up is I want to fill up my cells. I was watching a video today, I think it was, and they were using cells about half this size. I don't have any. I've never had anything that small. What was interesting when they were talking about is it never made sense to me to use anything smaller than this. Sometimes it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to use something this large or this small. What they said though was the more soil in each one of these cells, the more moisture that'll be in the cell, and the more moisture that's in the cell, you got a better chance of causing things like root rot or things along those lines, which made a lot of sense to me. But I already had this, and so we're just going to keep using it. I don't have a huge garden this year. Last year we didn't even start seeds. We bought all of our seedlings. I was lucky to have a garden at all, and it didn't really turn out too well. We did have some harvest, some tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes did great. The jalapenos I had last year did great, but I had 2 different kinds, and so I couldn't save my seeds on my jalapenos because they'd cross-pollinate, and then yeah, so I'm making sure I only have one kind of jalapeno. It is an heirloom jalapeno, so I'll be able to save the seeds. I am using my saved seeds from my tomato plants. It's the first time I've ever seed saved. Well, I guess that's not true. I do my garlic year after year after year. I've been doing that for a long time. But garlic's different. At least in my head it is. I didn't need soil in this section. I've only got 5 sets of seeds right now that I'm trying to set up. I have 3 different tomato plants. I've got cilantro, and I've got jalapenos. I started doing this in the porch, but I didn't really have a great setup in the porch, at least not where I could record it, and I wanted to try to record this. So I moved out here to the patio, and it's starting to rain. I guess it's just a light sprinkle, so at the moment I'm still good. But I may have to move here in a minute. Alright, I think I've just about got... No, not that one yet. I just about have all my cells set up and ready to go. Trying to make sure I get the potting mix compressed really well. Everything's good. It's compressed, that way we'll be able to get the seeds on the soil really well. I'm going to start with my Cherokee Purples. These are the ones I saved. Never done that before, so we'll see how they go. I'm trying to put only a couple of seeds in each cell. I'm going to go ahead and cover the Cherokee Purple seeds. Next up is my black cherry tomatoes. These were amazing. We loved them. They were crazy. We had so many black cherry tomatoes, it's not even funny. Ooh, there we go. Same thing here. Couple of seeds in each cell. This next year I plan to do a better job of saving more seeds and having envelopes in hand. Next up is our Brandywine. And I just realized I haven't covered those 2 yet. Well, obviously I couldn't do the last one, but the one before it I could have. I do have a heat mat that I may use if I can figure out where to put it. I'd like to use it. We'll just see how it goes. My cilantro is up next. And last, but for us certainly not least, is our jalapenos. These are Craig's Grande jalapenos from Baker Creek. We love jalapenos. We love stuffed jalapenos. We love salsa. Last year I dried some jalapenos. I love smoking them and drying them and using them as pepper flakes for things like pizza or anything you'd use red pepper flakes for. Of course, I love eating them. We'll grill them, scrambled eggs. We love spicy food. And in years past, I've grown stuff like habaneros and other stuff. Yesterday, it was in the 80s or upper 70s. Today, it's in the low 50s. Well, I had the perfect amount of soil. Now I am going to go ahead and spray this down just to make sure everything is contacted really well. I don't water my seeds. I just spray them until they germinate. Now, one thing that's very important that I didn't do because I don't have them, but I've got the video, is I don't know which one of these are. I know this is coriander, cilantro, and I know this is my peppers, but I don't remember which ones these are. But I'll be getting that taken care of as well. Anyway, let me get the spray bottle and spray these down. And there we have it. I've got a little spreadsheet that I try to keep track of this on. I've got some pinto beans I'll be planting before long, and a few other things also that I'll be planting, but it's not quite time for those to be planted yet. So hopefully I won't get behind on those. Anyway, y'all, just a short little video as we get ready for spring. Anyway, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.